Hello, and welcome to Cindy's Corner. Today, boys and girls, how many of you know the story of Little Boy Blue? Okay, we're going to talk about Little Boy Blue today, but we're also going to talk about a big word called responsibility. Do you have a responsibility? You can stop me and y'all talk about what responsibilities you have, maybe at home or at school. What is a responsibility? Okay, welcome back. I hope you've learned a little bit about who's responsible for what around you. Today, we're going to review the book Hector, Little Boy Blue. If you've got it, review it with us. While they're getting their book, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can share Cindy's Corner with your family and friends. And don't forget, thumbs up. The nursery rhyme is called Little Boy Blue. Now Hector will meet Little Boy Blue, and you'll find out how they both learn about responsibility. Little Boy Blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow. The cows are in the barn. Where is the little boy who looks after the sheep? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. So is Little Boy Blue doing his responsibility? All right. We're going to just do this little, you can sing it if you want. I'm going to just read it as a poetry. How do we let others know what we plan to do? Or how are we really going to act? And where are we going to? Well, I just say I'll do it. And you can count on me. And when you say that, then that becomes your responsibility. 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 A way to say to what others can expect from you and me. Say it with me. Responsibility. 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 So when you say you'll do it, that's responsibility. A job, a chore, a promise of what you're going to do is your commitment to everyone that they can always count on you. So keep up with the things you say you'll do now. And please don't bite off more than you can chew now. I think I understand now what that big word really means. When I say I will do it, that's responsibility. Hector walked into the meadow to see if he could find Little Boy Blue. In the distance, he spotted a farm and started walking toward it. As he got closer, he noticed there was a sheep in the meadow and a cow in the corn. And they weren't supposed to be there. And the turkey was on the roof and a pig on the tractor weren't supposed to be there either. Hector knew that Little Boy Blue must be nearby. Then Hector saw a large haystack, and there he found Little Boy Blue. He was sleeping, and right next to him was his horn. Hector was very curious. He wondered if he could make the horn play him music. So he picked up the horn and blew as hard as he could. But Hector didn't make music at all. Instead, he made such a loud, awful sound that Little Boy Blue woke up with a start. Hector explained that he was trying to make music. If you want to get better at something, you have to practice. And that's what Hector told him. But Little Boy Blue didn't think so. He thought about practicing was boring. When Hector heard Little Boy Blue play his scales, he thought it sounded rather pretty, and he told him so. But Little Boy Blue could only think about playing with a real band. Everything else seemed boring compared to that, even his job. Poor Little Boy Blue. He would have liked to have been called by his real name, Jeffrey. But he was always very sad, so everyone called him Little Boy Blue. Hector thought he could cheer him up by helping him around the farm. After all, the animals still weren't where they belonged. It took a bit of doing, but Hector finally thought of a way to convince Little Boy Blue to do his work and be responsible. Hector was sure that would cheer him up. So Hector and his new friend began to set everything straight on the farm. Little Boy Blue called each animal with one note of his horn, and each animal called back. As they walked, Hector asked a lot of questions about all the animals he saw. Little Boy Blue answered every question Hector asked him. Hector thought his new friend was very smart. Little Boy Blue began to feel better. He called all the animals into the barnyard. The sound of the farm and the sounds of the animals seemed to make a kind of music, and it sounded great. Okay, do it with me. Barnyard Boogie. Now a cowbell rings and a dinner bell too, and a mockingbird sings and the cow goes moo, and the pig goes oink, and the duck goes quack, and the sheep goes baa by the old haystack. And all these sounds can almost magically begin to sound like music to me. La, 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 la. Oh, the Barnyard Boogie is a real humdoozy, and it goes on all day long. If you're paying attention, no need to mention, it's a real good sing-along song, the Barnyard Boogie. Oh, Hector and the Little Boy Blue were so excited. The music sounded wonderful. And then Little Boy Blue realized that all his practicing had been well worthwhile. Jeffrey wasn't blue anymore. He could practice his horn and do his job and have a good time too. He had learned about responsibility. Jeffrey was so happy that he wanted to practice more. right away. So they said goodbye, and Hector left to tell all about his day with Little Boy Blue. And as he walked away, the beautiful sounds of Jeffrey's music remained with him. And it's all about responsibility. So now Little Boy Blue, his real name is what? Jeffrey. And he can take his responsibility serious. And then the cows won't be out in the corn, and the pig won't be on the tractor, because he's taken his responsibility serious. I hope you enjoyed our responsible, and I'll put on a little short of the two songs, and then you can sing them along. Boogie Woogie, Boogie Woogie Barnyard Boogie, the Barnyard Boogie. And most important, in the comments, tell me one responsibility that you have. I hope you enjoyed Barnyard Boogie and our Little Boy Blue, Jeffrey, and Hector. Hector learned about responsibility. And most important, give somebody a hug and tell them you love them. Have a great one.